Today, I have to rebuild each of the 3 worst NFL teams all in one video. And if I don't win at least one Super Bowl by the end of the video, I have to give away a lot of money. Now to decide which team we rebuild first today, and it looks like it's going to be potentially the worst team, the Detroit Lions. We're gonna have 10 minutes with each team to trade for whoever we can, try and make these teams as good as possible. Obviously, I hope you guys go into this knowing that it's not gonna be realistic, because honestly, I don't think there's any realistic way to turn any of these 3 teams into a Super Bowl champion. And also, if we don't win a Super Bowl today, I gotta give away a copy of Madden 22 to one of you guys in the comment section below. Just leave a comment below, be subscribed, and you'll automatically be entered. Hopefully, you don't have to give that away, because I mean, it is Christmas time, need money for presents. I mean, the Detroit Lions, as you see, they're going to be a project. There's not really a very talented bunch. I mean, the O-line, I mean, it could be worse, I guess. We have to focus on getting a good quarterback and some good wide receivers, because this wide receiver core, I mean, they've got some production out of some of these guys, but it's just not good. Running back is the least of our worries. On defense, it's kind of the same as offense. We really don't have any talent at all. We really just need to try to bring in as many players as possible, because like this is bad. All right, with that said, 3, 2, 1, wish me freaking luck, boys. 10 minutes to turn this team into a freaking champion. I'm still like sick. I can barely even hear out of my left ear, so this is going to be an absolute stinker, but I'm going to try my best. Already have wasted 10 seconds. 10 minutes, actually now 9 minutes and 45 seconds of raw trading. Now, first thing, we're just going to address the quarterback position. Actually, first, I guess the first way we do this is trade away Jared Goff. If there's anybody out there, green interest in Jared. I saw 1 team, there's 2 teams, 3 teams, I think I saw 4 teams. So what options do we have here? I mean, to be fair, they probably won't give us too much, even though it's a QB. I mean, Eagles will take a little Jason Kelsey. I just want to see, like, if we could get these 3 guys in return, that would be incredible. Like, I have zero idea if this will be halfway through, accepted, or like not even a third. Gonna submit it through, and that's kind of what I expected, sort of. They really do value Jason Kelsey. So how about just for, I mean, I'll take these 2 guys, to be completely honest. Still decline. Let's move on to our next option. We need to try to get as many starting caliber players as possible. The Giants, they even have 1 starting caliber player. I mean, Saquon, obviously, but we have a good running back, Leonard Williams. I mean, they really don't have anybody I want, to be honest. We might circle back to them. Now, the Jets. Marcus May, I would take. Mekhi Becton, CJ Mosley. Like, if we can just get 3 starters for us, I think that would be a dub. They don't have to be fantastic players, I don't guess. I mean, if we can get Marcus May, CJ Mosley, and let's throw in John Franklin Myers, get ourselves a starting left end, submit this through, that's more like it. I mean, I will take this. It's not a fantastic return, but I mean, for Jared Goff, I guess that is kind of fan-freaking-tastic. Let's throw in, keep in mind, we have 2 first-round draft picks as well. Throw in a 5th-round pick. That's declined. Don't have to be too stingy with it. We can trade away all these draft picks. Let's do a 3rd from next year. Submit this one through. That's accepted. We now have a starting linebacker, strong safety, and left end. Now let's go out and get ourselves a starting quarterback. Question is, though, who the heck do we get? Now, let's go ahead and try to find a player that we are not going to use, but another team out there might potentially have green interest on, and that could be Jamal Williams, potentially. Could be one of these receivers, maybe. Let me just see. Green interest in any 3 of these receivers. I see some yellow interest, but we're going to need some green. I don't think we have anybody green interest. We have 3 yellow interest right here. Like, is Matt Ryan a guy that really could help us out for 1 year? I mean, he's an 82 rated. I mean, that's not, I mean, I feel like he could help. We submit these 2 guys through it. That's not even freaking close. Yeah, get me out of there. All right, 7 minutes. Just calm down. I can sign some free agents too if I want to. Hopefully, there's, I really don't even think there's really that many good free agents out there. How about at the left end position now? I could trade away one of these 2 guys. Green interest, just 1 team. Like, there's so little talent on this Lions team, dude. Like, there's really nobody I can trade away. I didn't realize they were this freaking bad. Now, we do have some outside linebackers that we could potentially trade away. Trey Flowers, his cap hit is 20 mil a year. Let's see what quarterback we can get in return here. Like, just somebody over like an 80-something rated. Gotta be smart here. Derek Carr, potentially, from the Raiders. 83 overall. I just want to see how close this is. I mean, I kind of expected that. If we threw in a 1st-round pick on top of this deal, we have the 3rd overall projected pick. Submit this through. That was accepted, so I probably could have got somebody better, so I'm kind of mad. But hey, Derek Carr, 83 overall, 10 overall, higher than Jared Goff. I like the start. And yes, start, because we still have 6 minutes to go. Only 4 minutes in, but we still have so much that we got to do. Now, we've got to get a wide receiver. We've got to. Hopefully, we can get 2 guys. What's a good wide receiver that I wouldn't think would break the bank for us? Michael Thomas would make sense. Like, is he a guy that they'd be willing to trade away? I mean, Brandon Cooks from the Texans. Is this could we get multiple starters out of this deal potentially? So, who do they even have that I could use maybe? Maybe Justin Reed. We do need a free safety. I could use as many good cornerbacks as possible. So, I'm just curious. Justin Reed, Desmond King, Brandon Cooks for that first round selection. That's the climb, but boys, that is so close, dude. That is so freaking close. The Texans just won't pick to this point. I guess, I mean, it's pretty bad as it is. So let's go Quintez Cephas. Submit this through. Declined. I guess we don't actually have to trade him away. I mean, at this point, might as well just see if we can trade away one of these guys, then maybe like a 5th round or 6th round selection. Submit this through. Still decline. This is where I start getting anal, but at the same time, we have 5 minutes. I don't have to be way too speedy. I don't have to be Speedy Gonzalez here or anything. Submit it through. This will, oh my god, just get this over with, dude. Now it's starting to make me mad. 4th round pick. This should be enough. Let's welcome. Sometimes, man, sometimes I just make myself cry, honestly. Submit this one through. Boom. Finally. Alright, geez, that was way more stressful than what it had to be. Alright, boys. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. We've added like 6 starters. The thing is, though, I don't think this is a Super Bowl caliber team. We still have plenty of time, though. Plenty of time to get some work done. Now, let's just throw out a draft pick and try to bring in some veterans at the same time. We still have some cap. Plenty of cap at that. What's a good team that has a few guys that we could bring in here? Broncos, what you got over there? Really nothing that I'm too interested in. How about the wide receiver position? Bengals, nobody I really want. Like, would they trade me Julio? I have no idea. What else could we get in return? Maybe old Roger Saffold, little offensive guard. What do we have? Nate Davis at right guard. I think I'm going to stick with Roger Saffold. Any defensive player? I mean, Danico Autry's been great for us. Jeffrey Simmons, are not going to trade him away. Not a linebacker. They had Bud Dupree to 75 rated? What do you mean, dude? I guess maybe we could look at a guy like not Rashaan Evans. Let's go with Harold Landry. I think his contract's running out soon. Submit this through. Boys, that's actually pretty freaking close for 3 all-star caliber players. If we now throw in a second from next year, submit this one through, it is so close to being accepted. Let's go ahead and trade away, like, I don't want to trade Jamal Williams away. One of these receivers, Quintez Cephas, with 3 minutes to go. It has been accepted. 3 players that are plug and field. They're going to start for us and hopefully lead us to a Super Bowl. That's actually a huge pick. I mean, a huge trade, that is. With 3 minutes to go, we still have a long way to actually bring this team to a Super Bowl caliber roster. I don't know if we'll be able to do it in 2 minutes and 45 seconds, but I'll try my absolute greatest. We still have a bunch of picks we can use. It's just all about finding that team that has like the right package that I'd be willing to take. I mean, Akeem Hicks would be nice. We do need a defensive tackle like Khalil Mack. I don't know if I think they would trade away Khalil Mack, would they? Khalil Mack, Akeem Hicks, and Allen Robinson in the same trade is this a possibility? I just want to see. Oh my god, this game is absolutely all freaking amazing. Oh my god, the draft picks are valued so high. It's absolutely ridiculous, but hey, dude, I've built a pretty good roster somehow, some way with the Detroit Lions. Don't know if it's Super Bowl caliber like it said, but hey, I think it's better than 1 win like they're going to get in real life. Maybe win 2, maybe 3. But now we have some linebackers that we can trade away. I'll be able to convert positions later, but I have enough linebackers. I can move maybe CJ Mosley to the inside, and I think we're okay in the linebacker front, which means we can trade you away. What do we need though? We gotta be fast here. I can always, like I said, convert positions around. We probably, we're good. Like, we have offensive line. We have 1 minute and 30. I want to use, as much time as possible, obviously. Maybe one more offensive. Yeah, we definitely need one more, super strong offensive lineman, 90 plus rated. Browns, I know you have a couple guys. You have a couple big boys. Wyatt Teller. I would take you. They'll accept. It's declined. That's kind of unfortunate. How about for Joel Bitonio instead? A little bit older. Maybe this will be. That's not quite. Let's throw in some draft picks here. We have 1 minute left to go. I still want to try to get one more trade to go through, but I don't know if we actually have enough here. That's kind of unfortunate. Maybe we just try to get somebody with this first round pick. Maybe here we can get Joel Bitonio, maybe one more guy with the first. I mean, worth a shot, I guess. Like, could we get Jarvis Landry? Could we get Austin Hooper? Submit this through potentially. Okay, we don't have the cap. That's never good. So how about for running back? We're doing Jamal Williams into the deal. So we were still over the salary cap. That sucks. Maybe we can't. Actually, Jarvis Landry's expensive. That's actually why. So we might have just failed because we have 27 seconds left. I mean, I'll take anybody that I can potentially add in here. Malik McDowell. Any linebackers, a cornerback, maybe? Greg Newsome? Oh, they're not going to trade me Greg Newsome, are they? Yeah, this might be an L, boys. This might be an L. Unless I'll take Josh Reynolds. We don't have any more good draft picks, I don't think. So this might actually have turned out to be an L. 4th round pick. Submit this through. And it didn't even, like, come close. It was in the yellow. But, like, I think, honestly, we just did a pretty good job. Like, I feel like my mind's kind of broken right now. But I think in the meantime, especially with the Lions, did a decent job. Taking the Lions up to an 81 overall, 80 offense, 83 defense. Offensive line, I mean, not completely made over, but it looks good overall. I mean, the wide receiver core now much better. Got a quality quarterback in Derek Carr throwing to him. I mean, Julio Jones, Allen Robinson, Brandon Cooks. You got some young guys back there, too. You know, you got Khalif Raymond, Amon-Ra St. Brown. You can barely see a smile behind my face. And defensively, I think we got a team that can fly around, make some plays. I think our defense definitely better than our offense. So one thing I forgot to do is get more corners. Our best corners, 82 rated Desmond King. But I mean, you know, look at that secondary. Justin Reed, Marcus May, that's not bad. I mean, you got Harold Landry and Khalil Mack rushing the QB with Akeem Hicks too. So I think we actually put together a pretty quality squad. Now, I think we'll get better as I progress on and my mind starts working better. But I don't think this was a horrible start for us. Now, are we going to win the Super Bowl here? Probably not. But I mean, if we can make the playoffs, which I think is possible, I would consider that a positive start. Let me know in the comment section below how many wins you think this Lions team is going to get. Also, guys, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We're trying to hit 1 million subs by the end of the year. Just click that button. Takes you a millisecond. I mean, we made the playoffs at 9-8. Like, that's sort of good. Like, to be honest, I thought with the team that we built, I didn't think we were playoff caliber. But hey, dudes, we might not make it to the Super Bowl, but a decent start. Got a few upgrades too, so our team overall by the end of this season went from an 80 overall as a team now up to an 83 with an 85 defense and an 83 offense. Do you want to check out how this team progressed real quick? I mean, the offensive line looking nice. Sewell up to an 84. TJ Hawkinson hitting that 90. I mean, Julio Jones is up to an 89. I am kind of disappointed that Derek Carr stayed in the 83. I thought he'd go up a little bit. DeAndre Swift too. Thought he'd get a little bit higher than that. Aside from that, the receiver core really did get a boost this year. Brandon Cooks was up to an 88. And defensively, Khalil Mack a 96. Harold Landry up to an 83. I think he had a big year. I mean, like, you look at this team, I think it is a championship caliber team. It has the talent, it has the pieces. If you all were curious, Cowboys go 15-2, best record in the league. Ravens good season. Chiefs also go 13-4. Raiders without Derek Carr go 12-5. Oh wow, the Jags go 10-7. Watch me when I rebuild the Jags in like 5 seconds. Watch me do worse than what they did in this simulation on their own. At least my Titans made the playoffs too. Panthers make the playoffs. Cardinals, Bills all make the playoffs. Worst record in the leagues end up going to go to the Steelers and Jets, tied at 3-14. Bad season, poor fan. We ended with the 22nd best offense in the league. That's not too great. 17th defense, so we were like middle of the pack. I don't know why. Dak Prescott won MVP. Joe Mixon in second. Yeah, guys like Jameis Winston in the top 10. Derrick Henry at 8. Tom Brady in 9. Missed out. Justin Fields came in 6. I mean, Derek Carr with a good season. 4,500 yards, 33 touchdowns, 14 picks, 61% completion percentage. We really didn't run the ball well. Barely over 1,000 yards as a team. An average less than 4 yards per carry. That's not good. Allen Robinson and Julio Jones, though, having really big seasons. Allen Robinson actually was the best receiver that we acquired, apparently. Who was making plays in defense. Of course, CJ Mosley was 124 total tackles, sacks. Khalil Mack with 13.5. That's a dub. And CJ Mosley leading the team with 3 interceptions. Now, this is where I get to see if the last 25 minutes of my life was a complete waste of time. Hopefully, we don't get knocked out in the first round, and we lost by 21 points. Like, at least could have been close. Rebuilding the Houston Texans second. I mean, obviously, the #1 priority, trade Deshaun Watson. We should be able to get pretty good weapons in return. Maybe 1, 2, 3 quality, like 85 plus overall starters. Now, the problem is we've got to replace the quarterback position. We've got to get a whole new offensive line and basically a whole new skill position efficient set of players. Oh my god, this is going to take an absolute masterclass. This defense, the defense might actually be worse. Bro, I don't even know where to start. I guess once again, we do the same method as last time. Start with Deshaun Watson and find who we really could get some crazy package back in return for. And the first team I can kind of think of, go to the Panthers, team that they were interested, like a team interested in Deshaun Watson. We could maybe get in CMC. We maybe could bring in a #1 cornerback in Stephon Gilmore. At the same time, maybe bring in ourselves. Who's your best weapon aside from CMC? DJ Moore. Can we bring in DJ Moore as well? So Deshaun Watson for CMC, Stephon Gilmore, and DJ Moore. This would be massive, and it's declined, but there is some potential there. I think if we threw in like a second round selection, like, is that worth it at this point? Let's throw in a third, see what happens here. It's getting closer, but I don't know. Throw in a second. Maybe DJ Moore isn't the move. Let's take out DJ Moore and see if we could get maybe one of their defensive players, maybe an older guy. Like, who's the perfect little fit here? We do need an offensive lineman. We could go ahead and just start working on the O-line. Taylor Moton, submit this through. I think that actually went down. How about just for, I want to try to get as much possible out of this deal. Let's see, AJ Boye out or Dante Jackson. Oh, I'm wasting too much time. I'm wasting way too much time. It's declined. How about, you know what? We'll throw in Brian Burns. We'll also throw in a first from next year. Let's see if this should be accepted, right? But I don't want to, we'll do it. It's declined, but barely. This is a huge return. Absolutely massive return. Doing a 7th round pick. Submit this through. Oh my god. Why does that happen every freaking time? We don't even have a 6 to throw in there. Let's do a 5th from next year. Submit it through. Finally, let's welcome CMC, Stephon Gilmore, and Brian Burns all to the Houston Texans. Now, the problem is here that to bring in a good quarterback, we're probably going to have to trade away the only other first that we have. This is going to, oh my god, all these really are going to be so difficult. Now, the thing is, though, is any team out there interested in Tyrod Taylor? Okay, there are some yellow interest, 1 green. All we need is 1, dude. Isn't that a song? Okay, so let's find a team that has some older offensive linemen. The first one I can think of, the Rams. Only got some older guys like Andrew Whitworth. He's 40. You've got to give me Andrew Whitworth. He's 39, but I think he turned 40 in real life. You get Andrew. Anybody else Austin Corbett? Like somebody I feel like we can just kind of add as an extra into the deal because we need as many good players as possible. Leonard Floyd, yeah, they don't got nobody I really want. Justin Hollins, Jalen Ramsey, David Long, Darius Taylor Rapp. Let's see if we can just get Andrew, honestly. And it's declined, but there's potential. There is potential. That's all that matters. Let's go with a 7th from next year. 6 from next year, well, 7th from this year, 6 from next year, and Tyrod Taylor, Andrew Whitworth. We have our starting left tackle for the rebuild. That's pretty big. Now, the thing is now, we gotta get a freaking quarterback. Thank God. Oh, I hate the glitch. EA Sports, fix your game, dude. Like, I'm not. It's just, I mean, little things. $1 billion company you can't ever fix. Probably take them 2 seconds to fix things like that. God, why do you have to back out every time? Okay, 2nd overall pick. Let's focus here. Got to get something that makes sense. Ryan Tannehill. An in-division trade. I'm trying not to be biased, but I feel like that actually, we may be able to add some other players. Because the thing is here, like, do I use this pick and just get the quarterback, or do I try to get like 2 or 3 good players also in the deal? Now the question is, where do I go? Who wants to come here and actually be successful? Like, there's nobody right now kind of pointing, like standing out to me. Dak would be nice, but I don't think that's possible. Obviously, Mahomes isn't possible. Herbert, I don't think it's possible. Kyler isn't. Tom, I mean, that's just kind of too cliche. We're spending too much time. Way too much time on this. Could I get a Joe Burrow type, potentially? Or do we go for the Ryan Tannehill type? 85 rated. He's going to be good. Like, let's try to add, like, A.J. Brown in the deal, too. And let's see if we can get another offensive lineman. Aaron Brewer, Ben Jones. We could use a center. You really don't have anybody else I really want that much. Unless you'll give me Jeffrey Simmons. That's a lot. I don't think they'll accept this, more than likely. Okay, but that's potential, though. That's potential. If we threw in a third here, submit this through, it's declined. Oh, is that too much? Is that too much? Instead of Jeffrey Simmons, do we go somebody that we make sure that we can bring in? Bud Dupree? Why is he a 75 rated? That's so weird. It's declined again. But if we threw in third rounder again, how about this? Decline is getting so much closer, boys. We have a fourth we can trade away. How about the fourth from next year? Submit this through. Declined. I swear, bro. It's just ridiculous, dude. Instead of Bud Dupree now, there's somebody I'd rather get, like Rashaan Evans, maybe. I think he is in the last year of his deal. Is accepted. Okay, I actually like that better. That's a pretty big trade, not gonna lie. We still have 4 minutes to go, and I guess I could try to sign some free agents instead, because that is part of this rebuild. I have 10 minutes to do so. Like David Castro, perfect guy. Perfect guy we can sign to the roster. Submit that $6 million deal. We could use at least one cornerback. Brian Poole, I'll take that. We still have $68 million in cap room left. I could use, okay, Reuben Foster. We could use another middle linebacker. I think we're probably going to end it there. We don't know anybody else that's really going to make an impact for us unless I just go Garyon Conley, best young corner. I mean, this would give us decent corner depth, and maybe we can trade away one of the guys that was originally on the team for somebody else. We have to do all this in 3 freaking minutes. At least we got something out of free agency this time around. I completely forgot the first rebuild. 65 mil, plenty of time. Let's breathe. Now, we're going to have to go the old route again. If we really want to try to fill this team with as many good players as possible to hopefully compete for a Super Bowl. Chargers. Who do you have now? Corey Linsley? Can we also get Brian Bulaga? Like, I don't have any idea. Like, if this will be remotely close or, like, they'll laugh at me. They laughed at me. All right, fair play. How about just Bulaga and Jared Cook? That's a little bit closer. I mean, that just seems like so much for such old men. But really, at this point, who cares? 4th rounder from next year. Submit it through. It's accepted. We got ourselves 2 more starters. I completely forgot we needed a tight end, and we got a tight end. I don't know, like, what else do we need, dude? We really need every single freaking position. But, like, we gotta start trading away players now. We have 2 minutes to do this. We got a good running back, obviously, now. Wide receivers, like, would anybody want, like, is there one, we need one green interest. Anybody, hello, is one of these 3 fellas. Why does nobody want y'all? But the cornerback position, there's gotta be somebody, right? Oh, we don't have a strong safety. We do have a good free safety. I mean, we're stacked at corner now. Why did I sign so many corners? There's gotta be some green interest in 74 rated guys, right? Just one team. Oh my God, why are you guys so difficult to deal with? So what can we get potentially from the Ravens for you in return? Calais Campbell's 35 years old, and it didn't even budge. Like, what's the point in even, like, putting that out there into the universe? Like, God dang. Let's go. Do we even try another trade with them? Because they are not budging at all. Kevin Zeitler, we could use one more offensive lineman potentially. It's not even close, dude. Oh, I feel like I'm about to choke. I feel like I'm about to choke big time, dudes. I don't have, oh my God, this team is so bad, dude. Holy crap. What do I do? What do I do? 1:30 left to go. Don't have anybody I can trade away. You know what I'm saying? Like, just give me a yellow interest on Eric Murray and we'll work from there. Or don't at all. Or don't at freaking all. Okay, so we literally have, like, we have one more draft pick to try to get, like, 3 or 4 positions in less than a minute. This is gonna take an absolute freaking masterclass. So what can we get from the Seahawks? Dwayne Brown potentially? Like, do we even need Dwayne Brown? Bro, I'm just kind of picking players at this point. Al Woods, I know you're a 78 rated 34-year-old. 34-year-olds, those are our best friends. Bobby Wagner, Jordan Brooks. I don't know, bro. I submitted through. Declined. I mean, maybe we can work something out here. This is literally my last 3 draft picks. And it's declined again. I don't know if we threw in a running back like a Rex or David Johnson, would this bump the interest? It went up. Like, is that even good? Like, did we even do anything productive there? Like, I don't know. Like, do I use this last 15 seconds and try to sign as many free agents as possible? Because we freaking need it. We have 10 seconds. I'm just going to start signing players, really. We definitely need a left end. Olivia Vernon will take you I can get one more player, maybe. 5 seconds. There's the first person, dude. Kalichi Osamele. I think I got this off. Let's go, dudes. I mean, I think I just literally added a bunch of just average players. Like, the Texans are already a team compiled of, like, 74 rated players, and I think I just added, like, another 20 of them. Well, boys, we ended up assembling, once again, another 83 overall. A little bit more balanced, though. 83 offense, 84 defense. Offensive line, once again, looks solid. A bunch of veteran guys mixed in with Laramie Tunsil, and I ended up getting way too many offensive linemen, actually. But I guess having extra is better than not having enough. Garrett Cook, the old man, also at tight end. I mean, wide receiver core, definitely not better this time around, but I think overall the offense is better. Now, defense, once again, it's just kind of decent. The interior is kind of lacking with Al Woods and Malik Collins, and it could be better. Secondary, I mean, I think overall is okay. We ended up converting Brian Poole to strong safety, and, like, the defense overall, once again, like, I don't know if this is championship caliber, but it has some, you know, championship caliber players on it at least. We're just sent to the playoffs, dudes, and once again, like, I don't know how to feel. Okay, so we went 10-7 on the year. I mean, that's respectable. One win better than last year, so we're getting better. I mean, we still have to take on 12-5 Cleveland. We all know how Madden loves Cleveland. Chiefs, of course, best record again of 14-3. Bucks, great year. Worst record in the league this time around is gonna go to the Dolphins and Giants, all at 3-14. Poor Lions, Alicia won 9 games with me. But the Jags this time around, this game loves the Jags. They won 8 games. Watch me win like 2 games with the Jags. This time around, we had the 6th best offense, and defensively came in with the 21st, so still lacking a little bit on the defensive side of the ball. Tom Brady won MVP. Looks like we did have Ryan Tannehill come in the top 10. Okay, Ryan. 4,600 yards, 35 touchdowns, 13 picks. That's like almost exactly the same as how Derek Carr did with the Lions. Now, running the football, CMC much better running the ball with him, obviously. Almost 1,400 yards, 13 touchdowns. That's why our offense was so much better this time around, because we actually could run the ball. AJ Brown was our lone 1,000-yard receiver. Look at Danny Amendola, though, with 10 receiving touchdowns. Rashawn Evans flying around, 140 total tackles. Look at Jordan Brooks with 135. You also had Rashawn Evans with 9.5 sacks. Brian Burns had 11. Look at Brian Poole, Stephon Gilmore getting picks. We had a lot of picks with this team. Why do I feel like, once again, we're literally just going to be one and done? We're going to lose to the Browns, because you always lose to the Browns. We beat the Browns 49-31. That's a big win. That's a really big win. Oh my God, now we have to go and take on Kansas City Chiefs. We're 14-3 on the season. How did Derek Rivers get an upgrade? Random. Oh no, dudes, don't do me like this. Come on, we've got to beat the Chiefs. We've got to. 1 game shy of the conference championship. We lost by 2. Bro, I'm literally gonna take all 3 of the worst teams in the NFL to the playoffs and not win 1 Super Bowl. Hey, I mean, I guess at the end of the day, we might fail the challenge. At least I won a playoff game. On to the Jaguars. I don't know why I made Kellen Moore their coach. He just seems interesting. I know I had Nick Saban on the thumbnail, but hey, boys, that's clickbait for you. I mean, judging by the simulations we've done, they have the best talent, but the question is, can I build a team good enough with the initial roster to actually make that Super Bowl run? I mean, the offensive line, I guess it's been worse. We have 2 quality guys there. Our skill position players are okay. This time, we actually don't have to go out and spend everything on a quarterback. We have Trevor Lawrence. He'll be our quarterback today. And defensively, once again, I mean, there's some weaknesses, but like we have some studs like Josh Allen, Miles Jack, Shaq Griffin. Definitely wanted to save the Jags for last. I think they give us our best chance to hopefully not have to give away money. At least the first 2, I knew what to do first and get rid of the quarterback. Now I don't know what to do. Like, do we start off like we don't need a good running back? We're good at running back. We don't need a quarterback. Like, do we try to get a good number 1 wide receiver first thing? Like, does anybody, somebody's gotta want Carlos Hyde. Like, why is he on our team? Why did we sign Carlos Hyde when we have James Robinson? Why? Can we trade away Travis? Like, we don't need him. He's a rookie. Somebody, yeah. Of course, there's going to be some teams that want a first-round draft pick at the running back position. Bills could use them. Now, we could also use Stephon Diggs. I just want to see, like, where this stands, and it stands far away from being accepted. I know that much. So, like, is this even worth, like, trying something like this? Second rounder, or do we just really just get drafted? I mean, offensive linemen. Is that what we do? Is this where we start grinding the linemen? Deion Dawkins, I mean, that would be nice. Mitch Morse, we can play him at guard, maybe. Who else they got around here? Daryl Williams. You never trust a guy named Daryl. I guess maybe we get Morse and convert him to right guard. Submit this through. They accepted it. Probably could have got more, too. Like, I never know. The trading is, like, so inconsistent. I get confused sometimes. But you know what? I mean, trade a running back. Didn't play for him this year. Got 2 quality offensive linemen. I think we only need 1 more offensive lineman. We should be good there, right? I think the right tackle position is all we got left. I want to, be slow and thorough, but also don't want to waste too much time. Yeah, I think we should be not actually good. We probably need 2 more, or no, we need one more offensive line. We could trade away Jawan Taylor too and get somebody better. Like the Bills want him. Like, can we really make like fleece that deal? Oh no, I took him out. That's not the best thing to do when you're running like low on time. Actually, we're only 2 minutes in. What am I talking about? Dolph, Mike Gesicki would actually like we could use Trevor Lawrence and Mike Gesicki. That could make a dangerous combo. Like, if we also, what do you want? You want a center? Like, we have centers, but not. Like, I don't want to give you anything. All he needs offensive linemen. Do we have any offensive linemen we can trade away now? Like a 68 rated, maybe a 1 backup center. I'm not gonna trade you away. But left tackle, who was already there? Walker Little. You want any of those guys? You don't. Let me just try. Didn't even go up at all. Okay, I don't want to waffle too much here. Let's try like just a few more positions here. Right in. I don't want to trade anybody away. No linebacker. Nobody want to trade away. Yes, it's kind of a stinker. Unless they want Tyson Campbell or Nevin Lawson, they don't. So this might just have to be draft picks here. So if we go with a 3rd on top of Jawan Taylor, that's going to be declined. But if we also go with like 4th or 3rd from next year, we have a lot of draft picks here. And I keep taking them out, dude. I'm wasting half my time taking out draft picks by accident. We're just getting a freaking tight end too. So let's go 3rd and a 3rd. Jawan Taylor for Gesicki. It was accepted. We get ourselves a nice young tight end that can develop with this offense. And that's why it's the first thing I did. Get a tight end, dude. Let's just keep moving on, though. I guess now we try to see if there's any team that wants one of those quarterbacks, and after that, we start trying to trade away draft picks here. I'm kind of going a little bit too slow for my liking, to be completely honest. Any of these guys you want, like I'll trade away Trey Herndon too. We don't want these guys. Green interest on one of these guys. Green interest, anybody. It doesn't look like it, of course. Bears, what you want. I mean, I'll take a little Khalil Mack action. Keem Hicks, or Eddie Jackson. You are definitely a guy I could use. So the running back position, I don't need Carlos Hyde anymore. We also threw in like wide receivers. Anybody want Jamal Agnew? You want him? This one through is declined again. But Carlos Hyde, Herndon. We also throw in Rayshawn Jenkins. Oh, they do need a strong safety. Submit this through now. It's declined. So maybe Rayshawn Jenkins, and also try we traded the 3rds, didn't we? But a second added into this deal, and it was accepted. Eddie Jackson, welcome to Jacksonville. We now have a better starting free safety. Let's use this next 50 seconds and once again try to pick out free agents that we could potentially use in our team. Maybe get our last offensive lineman and use the draft picks for other positions that we need to bring in. Screw it, I'm doing it. David DeCastro, I know I got you last time, but like there's only going to be so many free agents this time. Let's go Brian Poole. It will probably get one more to maybe feel like a linebacker spot, or maybe Carl Joseph. We could pick him up, and if we don't get a better strong safety, he could be our starter. I mean, a 77 rate is not the worst thing in the world when now the starting strong safety after we traded away the initial starting strong safety, it's a freaking 72 rated. That's not good enough. Okay, let the good on time. Halfway done. We've made some good business, but we still haven't really done like exactly what I want to do. I gotta find the right deal for this 4th overall pick. What team has some pieces that could be huge? Vikings, you got Harrison Smith that we could use. Daniel Hunter we could use. Also use an outside linebacker or an inside linebacker. Oh, this is rough. Defensive tackle we could use too. We'll come back. Don't want to spend way too much time. 1 more minute's all I'm spending on this stupid freaking trade. Let's go Steelers. Could you give me somebody like TJ Watt? Give me somebody like Cameron Hayward? And can you just like fix the defense for me? Like, can we just do that here, or go ahead and get our other wide receiver to throw to in Deontay Johnson? Is that what we do here? Can we get TJ Watt, Cameron Hayward, and Deontay Johnson in the same exact trade? This would literally this would be insane. It's not even close. I mean, I guess to be honest, it's pretty fair. It's pretty fair. Bobby Wagner, Russell Wilson, Jamal Adams, Tyler Lockett, no. Teron Armstead, Alvin Kamara, Demario Davis, maybe? Like, is Demario Davis a guy that, like, isn't he kind of lowly rated? Like, could we get... Oh, we don't have any real good draft pick. Do we have another first from next year? We do have a first from next year. Let's try this. Can we get Demario Davis from the Saints? Also, can we get... Like, what about this... Demario Davis and Michael Thomas? Oh my god, okay, so that did get accepted. All right, so that's cool. Or does anybody need Jamal Agnew? There's got to be one team out there that has green interest. He's 73 rated. He's a good player, dude. What do you mean? God dang it. Let's go Bills. We already got a deal from the Bills. Is that the Bucks? The Bucks do want Jamal Agnew. Now, if you could give me a little Vita Vea action, he also could give me... Oh, what do I want you to give me? Let's go. I do kind of want Carlton Davis. I kind of really do. What else do we need here? Got a left tackle, got a left guard, got a center, got a right guard. We can convert one of these guys to right tackles. That's okay. We need a whole defensive line. We need an entire defensive line. That's the move. That is the move. Let's just get rid of this. I would want to go right after, and I want to get an entire defensive line from one team. We have the draft picks to do so as well. So what team, though, is the main question? Like, could we get a J.J. Watt? Could we get... That's not enough. Definitely not enough. Frank Clark, he's worth too much money. 2 minutes, dudes. I cannot screw this up. Randy Gregory. Who else you got? Brent Urban, that's not enough either. Brandon Graham. Now they have Fletcher Cox. Who else you got on the other side? Josh Sweat. That's probably the best defensive line I can think of right now that I could possibly bring in a trade. Falcons, not good enough. Chase Young, obviously, is pretty solid. How about this one? Jonathan Allen, Chase Young, Montez Sweat, submit it through, it's declined, but there's some potential there. We also threw in this second round pick. Oh my God, that's going to be declined. Oh no, don't do this to me like this. Don't you dare do this to me like this. Do we... I gotta keep moving on. I don't think it's going to be enough. Eric Armstead, Javon Kinlaw, Nick Bosa. Is this a thing? It is a thing. Let's go. I didn't necessarily get as good of a defensive tackle as I wanted to. But boys, we had to freaking Nick Bosa to our front seven. What do you mean? Of course that's a good deal. I still probably could use a better defensive tackle. That's probably... How about linebacker? With a minute left to go, after doing this for so long, you start to lose your mind a little bit. We could convert one of these guys. Ooh, Damian Wilson. We still could use one more outside backer with 50 seconds to go. Dolphins, what you got? What outside linebacker do you have that we could use here? Dan Ginkle, Jalen Phillips, the young guy. Damian Wilson for him. That's obviously not going to be accepted. That kind of sucks. Is there anything else? I think we're probably about to be screwed here. My brain's fried at this point. I think we did a decent job, though. Unless we could somehow sneak a little Von Miller in there. Is there anybody else you want? He's a 3-star player, but, like, I just really don't think they're going to want anybody that we have on our freaking team. Jamal Agnew, were you a team that wanted him? You were? Yeah, this isn't going anywhere. I might as well just freaking end it. I mean, I think there's potential. Boys, I really hope I did enough. So according to EA Sports, this was the best team that we put together, even though it's the lowest rated quarterback that we have. 84 overall, 85 offense, 83 defense. I mean, really on offense, all we did, we had Mike Gesicki, DeCastro, Mitch Morse, we had a Deion Dawkins, we had a Michael Thomas, obviously. It's going to be interesting to see him in this offense. Maybe we had guys like DeMario Davis, had a Carl Joseph, Eddie Jackson, Nick Bosa, Javon Kinlaw, Eric Armstead, Brian Poole, a complete overhaul. Hopefully this was a masterclass enough to keep me from having to give away my present money. Don't be an absolute stinker. At least EA Sports give me some credit and give me some validation out of this video and let me at least bring these three teams to a playoff berth, which I do think would be a decent feat in its own right. But still, only having the 10-minute mark, it really does make it hard to build teams that are this bad in one season and bring them to a Super Bowl. And I know a lot of you guys ask in the comments why these are the only rebuilds I've been doing this year. It's just because franchise mode is so bad. Like, the draft is so bad now. Offseason free agency is so bad now. When you get into like the second and third years of franchise, all the contracts and salary caps are messed up. I just don't like dealing with it. I don't like dealing with stuff I don't like dealing with. And what on God's green earth? I don't get it. That is the best we have done in a rebuild the entire year. And this is definitely not the best team I've made all year. I mean, let me go in. Every time this happens, you guys don't believe me. Jump into this team schedule, as you guys see. We literally win every single game without a forced win. The only game that we lost was the Bills. But we really ran the table every other game. We ended off the season with big wins over the Patriots and Colts. Is this team really going to be able to go all the way? Dude, is Kellen Moore the secret? Absolutely insane, dudes. Worst record in the league this time around ends up going to the Broncos and Jets once again at 3-14. I wonder if Trevor Lawrence went crazy, won like the MVP or something. I'm sure you guys saw it. 88 overall offense, 86 overall defense, 86 overall as an entire team. Now I gotta see how each individual player progressed. I know my face and like my tone doesn't really show it, but like I really am shocked that we did that well. We went to an 85 overall. That is insane. Oh my god, dude. Trevor Lawrence went from a 74 to an 85 in one season. James Robinson up to a 90. Michael Thomas up to a 95. DJ Chark up to an 84. Marvin Jones up to an 86. Shenault up to a 77. Gesicki up to a 90. That offense was better than what I thought, dude. Yeah, Eddie Jackson up to a 90. Literally everybody in this defense, I think aside from Carl Joseph, went up in overall. Even Nick Bosa up to a 98. This team really might have what it takes to go all the way. Oh, you can see our team ranks right there. We were number 1 in pass yards per game, number 1 in defensive rushing yards allowed per game. We were literally almost top 5 in every category aside from offensive rushing yards per game. So apparently James Robinson wasn't insane. But I'm curious, did Trevor Lawrence really go out and win the MVP as a rookie? As you see, number 1 offense in the league, and defensively number 2. So this has got to be the team, dude. It's got to be, of course, Trevor Lawrence as a rookie goes out, wins MVP. How do you do? 6,000 passing yards. That is the first time I have ever seen that. We literally just broke the all-time single-season passing record with Trevor Lawrence, dude, as a rookie. 6,000 yards, 43 touchdowns, 15 picks, completed 70% of his passes. James Robinson, I mean, he had 20 touchdown runs, 1,100 yards. How was our offensive rushing yards per game not that good? I mean, that's pretty decent. Catching the football, Michael Thomas, 1,700 yards, 14 touchdowns. We had 4 1,000-yard receivers. This is stupid. Oh my god, I actually can't believe this. That's absolutely insane. DeMario Davis, 107 total tackles. Nick Bosa with 19.5 sacks. Josh Allen had 13. That is crazy. This team has got to get it done. In terms of performance, how they actually performed throughout the year, not necessarily the overall rating, I think this is the best team I have ever built in a rebuild ever. Like, oh my god, 6,000 passing yards in one season. That's freaking ridiculous. So the good thing is we have home field advantage. And I mean, we went 16-1. So like, I should be relatively confident, right? We, I think, already beat the Patriots in the regular season. They went 9-8. Dude, we went 16-1. Come on now. We get the win 24-15. We've got to take on the Kansas City Chiefs, who knocked us out in the first video. Oh my god, they're an 89 offense, 83 defense, 86 overall. Boys, I have a bad feeling. Who's playing on the other side? You have the Cowboys and Bucks. So like, even if we win this game, we'll probably lose in the freaking Super Bowl. Well, boys, if you expect disappointment, you won't end up being disappointed. I really hope we win, though. We get a huge win. Let's go, boys. 35-14. Moving on to the Super Bowl against the Dallas Cowboys. Honestly, dude, not in a million years did I expect this team to go 16-1. Oh, but if we lose this, it's all for naught. They went 11-6 compared to our 16-1, but they're a 91 offense, 87 overall. So, like, combined, this is pretty evenly matched. Boys, if we go all the way and lose to an 11-6 team, I'm gonna cry. I'm crying.